Are you fulfilled in life? Why or why not? What is it that you possess that makes you feel really good about your life, that you have a life of meaning and value and significance? Or what is it that you don't have? Maybe right now you don't feel fulfilled in life. You feel empty, you feel hollow, you feel insecure. Why? What is it? What is it that you don't have that if you did have it, you would feel differently? What convinces you that your life either does or doesn't measure up? Now, maybe right now you are questioning the significance of your life. And if so, that is totally normal. Most people in their life question who they are, why they matter, and what they're worth. And if you're not questioning it now, there may come a time, likely there will come a time later, where you are struggling with this. Why we matter, what our life is all about, is an old question. And it's one of the most important questions in life. So what makes our lives meaningful? One of the first things we need to understand in answering that question is that we all use a standard to judge the value and meaning of our life. And I want you to think about it. What is your standard? Is it your relationships? Do you look to your friends, the person that you're dating, the one you're in love with, your wife, maybe a broader your family, your brothers and your sisters? Do you look at those relationships and their quality, whether they're good and bad, and you look at that to determine the significance and the meaning of your life? Or perhaps it's your accomplishments. Maybe it's how much money you make, the school you went to, the job you have, your place in the starting lineup on your high school baseball team. Or maybe it's the bad things that you've done, the worst mistakes you've ever made in your life, and maybe you have people that remind you of them often. Is it your accomplishments that you look to and use that to judge whether your life is worth something or not? Or maybe it's your characteristics. Maybe it's something like your looks, your intelligence, your humor. Maybe you look to those things and use them to determine if your life is worth something or not. But I want to ask you, do you really think that your relationships, your accomplishments, and your characteristics, do you really think that those are the things that judge the significance and the meaning of your life? Are they that which determine why you matter? I bet you're split on this. On one hand, you would deny, you would say, no, that's ridiculous. Beautiful, smart, athletic, rich people who have lots of friends, they're not worth more than anybody else. But yet, when you lack some of these things, or you don't have the characteristics or the job or the accomplishments that you want, you feel as though your life doesn't matter. So what is it? Well, the existence of God makes all the difference here. You see, when it comes to a meaningful life, both the objective side of it, whether or not your life matters, and the subjective side of it, whether or not you feel as though your life matters, there's really only two choices when it comes to a meaningful life. It is either that God exists and life is inherently meaningful and intrinsically valuable. That is to say, it is either true that your life is already instilled with objective meaning and purpose, and you yourself are valuable because of what you are, not because of what you will do. And that can only be if God exists. Or if God does not exist, then we are blank slates, lacking meaning, purpose, and value. And those are the things that we have to create for ourselves. Those are the two choices. Now, which one is more reasonable to believe in? That's a question we'll have to wait and answer. What I first want to ask you is, which reality are you living out? You may be a Christian and are living as though God doesn't exist. You may be saddled with the burden and the responsibility of trying to create meaning and purpose and value for yourself, though you believe that God exists. Or you may be an atheist who thinks that there is no objective meaning and purpose to life, and yet you are living as though your actions matter in a way that transcends just your preferences. I want to ask you, and I really want you to think about this. What do your actions say about what you really believe? Though you may profess to be one thing, the further we go along and the more we think about this topic, you may come to find that you really believe something else.